Hey there, everybody. Some of you have seen this instrument before. Who knows what it is? It's a violin, and the other name for it is a fiddle, and it's called a fiddle when it's used in country music or bluegrass music or folk music. But if it's classical and everybody's wearing tuxedos and fancy dresses, then it's a violin. But anyway, hold it under your chin like this, and how many strings do we have? We've got 4 strings there. They go from low to high, right? And this is, who remembers what this is called? It's a bow, right? And then the white part of that, which you never touch, right, is called horsehair. Well, it's not called horsehair. It is horsehair. Mongolian horsehair. And you play it. Well, first off, you can play it like this. And when you pluck it like that, it's called pizzicato. Everybody say pizzicato. Pizzicato. That's Italian. Most of the language that we use in music is Italian. All right, so now I'll use the bow, and this is called arco. Everybody say arco. It means to use the bow like this. That's what that sounds like. So this is a, what's the instrument? Violin, also known as a fiddle. Now, I'm going to set that down. And the next, well, before I set it down, the next instrument in this family of stringed instruments is a viola. And it is the only one I do not have. And it's just a little bit bigger this way and a little bit bigger this way. And the strings are a little bit different. This high string right here, it doesn't have that string, but it has a string that's lower than this string. So all these strings are moved over, this one's taken off, and there's a lower one put on there. So it has 4 strings as well. And you'll notice up here, these are the tuning pegs. This is called the peg head or the peg box. And they're just sticks, really well carved sticks of wood that go in there, and they turn and they hold their position. But anyway, they're just sticks of wood in a hole. And I'll come right up here so you can see a little bit better. See how these sticks go in and the strings wrap around there. And you twist these to tighten and loosen the strings. And then they're called tuners. And these are called fine tuners or micro tuners. And you tighten them and they just tighten the string just a little bit. And you can see underneath there how they kind of work. When you tighten it, it pushes that down and it pulls this lever under the string and blah, 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 right? But this is called the bridge, this piece of wood right here. It holds the strings up. And then this is the neck or the fingerboard. And the cool thing about this family of stringed instruments, the violin, the viola, which is a little bit bigger, this one, and then I'll show you a couple others, they don't have any frets, so you can do this. Isn't that pretty cool? Pretty neat, huh? All right, I will set this down for right now. Next, I'm going to get, my guitar out. And I'll show you what I mean by frets. See these metal lines going down like this? Those are frets. And you know exactly where to put your finger there when you're playing. On a violin or fiddle or viola, you don't. You just have to get used to where to put them. And you're doing it. You can do that easily. But the sad thing about guitars, because they have frets, you can kind of do it a little bit but it's not as cool as on the violin, right? All right, I'm going to go on to the next instrument I want to show you, and that is the cello. Check it out. This is huge, right? Could I put this under my neck like I did the violin? No, of course not. So I'd have to be a giant to do that. So this one, you hold it right here. You play it sitting down. And I have not played this in a couple of years. I just tuned it up. Now, is this a higher sounding or a lower sounding compared to the violin? This is much lower, isn't it? And they make specific bows for cellos, and I don't have one. I got this at an auction for $18. This part right here was broken off, and so I had somebody repair it for me. But I have not yet bought a bow, but this is what it sounds like. Let me take this tuner off because it's rattling around on us. Ooh, doesn't that sound pretty? And the cool thing about this is you wrap your body around it so you can feel the vibrations. Let's see. I don't know if I'll... So that's about as all as I know. Let's see if I can play something. Pretty cool, huh? And let me play it. Remember what the fancy word I taught you? It starts with a P. Pizzicato, and it means to pluck. Anybody remember what language that is? Italian. All right, so this is, I think I told you what this was. This is a cello. I'll hold it up a little bit higher so you can see all of it. And it has those tuners right there as well to fine tune them. Check out this bridge. I think I laid the tuner down. Check out this bridge. It's much bigger. Well, my phone's talking to me. I'm sorry, guys. All right, so this bridge is much bigger. Everything about this is bigger than the violin, right? So I'm going to lay this down and get out our next instrument. Maybe I'll be able to hold it under my chin. What do you think? What do you think about this? I bet a bunch of you guys probably remember this. This has lived in my room for a little while. It's much bigger, right? And you play it standing up. And let's see here. This is the bow, and it's much bigger, right? But it's still made out of horsehair. And you can play this like this. That. Let's play Mary Had a Little Lamb on this one. Let's see. That's super low, isn't it? Let's use the bow now. Now, the important thing to remember, there are two important things to remember about the bow. We never touch the horsehair because our skin has oil on it. just like we don't touch the mouths, right? So our skin has oil on it, and that would get on there and damage that. We don't want to do that. And also you tighten the end of it just a little bit so you can, ooh, isn't that cool? Nice, huh? But every time you get done playing, you have to loosen this. Otherwise, this part right here, it'll get stuck and it'll warp that way, and then you won't be able to use it that well. So if you ever end up playing a stringed instrument with a bow, never touch the horsehair, and always loosen it when you're done playing it. All right? So that's all about that. Can you get some pretty high notes, can it? Pretty cool, huh? All right, that's all for now. I need to shut this off.